Good evening, loves. How are you guys doing? Welcome to a taste of Lavina, Poetic, Empress, coming at you with the unpacking. Yes, I know it has definitely been a minute since I have done a show on the unpacking. And tonight I want to unpack being delusional. And of course, I'm going to start with something about myself because I was dealing with one for like 15 years and didn't even know I was being delusional. And do you know what delusional or delusion actually means? Let me, because we think, well, I thought that I was the only one responsible for me being delusional, but the truth of the matter is, the word delusion comes from the Latin word deludere, and I don't think I'm pronouncing that properly, but it's Delude, meaning, and this is the etymology of delusion, meaning to deceive or mislead. Have any of you ever been deceived or misled? And I could, because this all ties into what's going on now in the world, or all the stuff that's being revealed, how everyone was delusional. And you know, they say people were put under a spell, and that spell included people casting spells out of the Bible. In any case, tonight I'm not digging that deep. Tonight I'm talking about those who have been in relationships of what you thought um, was it might have been even a relationship you had an agreement, what you thought you had an agreement on, but turned out that person was misleading you and deceiving you. And that happened to me. And at this point, I'm not going to be angry because I went through that, the whole stage of being angry. Well, first being hurt, which for me quickly turned into anger. And I decided I'm tired of being angry, so I did what I needed to do for me, and I exited that relationship. But I've been told, or should I say, I've been led by divine spirit to go even further than that, because people think because this one area of your life, because you were just delusional in this area, do you know that certain things carry on, they spread to other areas of your life? So I was being delusional here, delusional there, delusional here, but I've been given something to do about that. And I'm not going to be delusional anymore. And if you want to know how you cannot be delusional anymore, because delusional, it delays you. You think that this relationship, and it's a relationship because you're that's that shit part. You think you're going somewhere in this relationship. You think that it's gonna become more than it is. You think that this person telling you they're going to be here and they're going to do this and they're going to do that, that those things are going to happen. And before you know it, you wake up and you like years in this piece. and you look around and realize this ship haven't even moved because you've been deceived and misled. And all the while, the person is making those plans that they said they would eventually get to with you, or it's going to happen, or why didn't you tell me, when you've had these conversations. And there you are, deceived. But you don't have to be deceived anymore. You don't have to be deceived in any other area of your life. That deceit can come to an end. But if you want to find out how, because I realize that everybody is not um, on board for sacred science. They're not on board for really getting free. They really don't want to accept the whole delusional thing that has been put on people, people's minds, their lives, the deceit that has come forth. And it's all over the news, the internet, and not to mention, they have been telling us, excuse me, what they're doing the whole time, but we're so delusional, we were ignoring it. And the thing that they have been doing, they've been putting it in the movies, they've been putting it in comic books. And what they do is they put their spin on it. They change the colors and tell you that this was all created and this was all brought into being by these people over here, when in reality, it's been brought into being by these people over here. And that's why I say, when you've been deceived and misled, it carries over into every area of your life. And I hope that you guys would definitely wake up. Don't smell another rose. Take a look at the truth. Take a look inside yourself. And it's not easy all the time to admit that you've been led astray, run amok, deceived, and misled. But one good thing is, if you do the work not to be deceived anymore, to receive truth, you won't have to worry about being caught in the snare again. And you can be free the way you were created to be. So I just wanted to come on tonight and say those words to you, because it's Tasty Tuesday. And I'm coming on so late because I have had a joyful day earlier. And I came in the house, soon as I got in, I went to take off my shirt. Always choose to love yourself more. Yes, always choose to love yourself more is definitely a part of not being deceived, not being delusional, not being led astray. And I was reminded, you need to do a live, young lady, and encourage your brothers and sisters to stop being delusional. And you're not the only one. But tonight, it ends. And like I said, if you want to know how you can really break that spell, all for you. Hit me up in my inbox, and I'll tell you here how. In any case, I hope that you guys have a joyful evening. Thank you for allowing me to share this truth with you. And whether you hit me up in my inbox or not, whether you hit me up in my inbox or not, don't waste another second being delusional. Okay? Well, that's it for me right now. I'll see you guys again on a Tasty Tuesday. Mwah.